Hey guys, my name is Tanya Boyle, and you're welcome to the chapter one of the Black Multipod. Today, I'll be talking about family, friends, and the workplace.
So, how much of a role do you think family plays in the life of a multipod?
A very big role. A very, very big role. I remember when I was starting out, I had in the last episode, I talked about how I was young and I started exhibiting genius in acting. And then I started singing, and then I started, going for this other stuff and then producing. And one of the things I think my sister couldn't understand was why in her knowledge how I was changing careers, because at the end, to be fair, music is a career, acting is a career, producing is also a career, writing is also a career, So she didn't understand that, and that kind of like made me understand that a lot of multipods have the same, um, share the same sentiment where family cannot understand, and that's the role they play because the role is very vital. If they do not understand the journey or the lifestyle, it can make or marry multipod really.
Hmm. What do you think is the reason why families might not understand what a multipod is going through?
That's because multipotentiality is not for everyone. Not everyone is a multipod, and to be fair, and I'll give society that trophy for making us believe that you have to be one thing, and the multipod lifestyle is directly against that thought because you can't be one thing. You don't have to be one thing as a multipod. So that's where the societal pressure really comes. And now the pressure trickles down to the smallest unit in the society, which is a family. So family tends to feed off that idea and that social construct and that understanding that you have to be one thing. So if you're not, it looks as though you're the bowed-headed stepchild.
Hmm. So, moving away from family, we have friends.
Mm.
Take me through managing multipotentiality and friendships.
Right. Um, I've had friends who I've had issues with friends who in many occasions feel like I'm not filling them in on stuff. Sometimes I have to in my head I think I've told somebody I'm about to do this, but I haven't. So friends tend to, if you're a friend to a multipod, you tend to always think your multipod friends are doing things without you, but it's not intentional. It's the lifestyle, and it's how very spontaneous we really can be. It's a lifestyle where people, where we see an opportunity and we just follow it. We don't know where it's going to. We don't have to, but we just go, and that's because we are wired in a way to always pursue. And that's so friendship, managing friendship or navigating friendship with that kind of expectation is hard, especially if the friend does not understand the lifestyle of multipotentialites, and if the multipod himself does not explain to the friend, the lifestyle. So that's where you have a bit of discrepancies. I've lost friends because of that. Honestly, I've been a multipod. I've lost friends because some of them you start a career with them, and then you go halfway and then you're moving somewhere else. Mind you might be the one to inspire them to start, but you've left for another thing. But well, that's what the lifestyle comes with.
Moving away from family and friendships, we have the workplace.
Mm.
So, the workplace today, what's in there for multipods?
Originally, there should be a lot, or there should be a lot, but you'd find that not every workplace is embracing of the multi-potentialite lifestyle because like I said, it's always down to society and the construct of expertise and specialism and all of that. So for multipods, the workplace, especially the corporate world, is it's a dog eat dog situation because you don't multipods hardly thrive in those kind of places that already have departments. Now, if you find that you can work across media, marketing, and HR, and the classic example is I go somewhere and I'm able to spot talent and I'm able to get us the right director say for a film project, or get us a right director for a commercial if it's a corporate entity. And now at the same time, I can write the script, but I can't direct, but I can hire. I know what a good director can be, but I can write the script and market it. You know, I'm good at selling, say content management. I'm good at negotiations. That's like the innate gift. I'm good at negotiations. You'd find that in a corporate society, in a corporate world, in a corporate establishment, there's hardly a place for me, because what department are you going to put me? Are you going to put me in HR for hiring the director? Are you going to put me in media for knowing how to come up with the content? Or are you going to put me in marketing for knowing how to market? So it's a bit unfair to us multipods, because and that's where Sarah Beth came with the term hybrid professional. So hybrid professionals are people who can work across different um, um, sectors, in a particular space. You get, so you can, like the example I've just given, you're in a place and you're able to do these things, but you don't have like a desk where you say. So the term hybrid professional kind of like just is that it should be the umbrella term that is for that person who comes in, and we understand that this is like so in music we call it utility singer. So I was that, because growing up, I mean, I started singing in the choir. I started singing soprano, but I realized that I could, when my voice broke and I went to tenor, I could still sing alto. So when the choir is short on altos, I go sing alto. If the choir is good, I maintain tenor. That kind of thing. So that's what hybrids are as well. You get, so, but you don't have like a permanent seat. So the term hybrid professional kind of describes that kind of person. So if you're hiring, that's what we expect a multipod in the corporate world to be called and to be hired for.
And so, what do you think family, friends, and work, and and all of these people can do to make multipods thrive?
Understanding first. I'll start from understanding, giving themselves to understanding the lifestyle. It's not easy, because, like I said, it's a very spontaneous life and it's very big. But when you give yourself to understanding your partner, for instance, in the case of spouse, your child, in the case of parents, you know, if you give yourself to understanding how this person is, I think it kind of answers your questions halfway, and kind of supports, because multipods thrive only in places where they're celebrated, not tolerated. So if as a parent you're not able to support your child's multipotentiality, not the child now, the child's multipotentiality, it's as good as you not supporting the child, because you can't support the child to just be a say a writer, but you know that the child also likes to play the violin and is good at archery or something. So if you're not able to understand that this child is good at these things, and not make the child choose just one of them, just because so you can understand it. If you give yourself to the fact that they are doing these things because they can and they love to, I think that's you supporting them. And then for friends as well, if you realize that, if you understand that you have your friend is a multipod, whereby they can just delve into a new career without necessarily telling you, which is not good. But then again, it's like, I mean, it is what it is, really. If you have a friend who's just sent you a message and say, "Oh, I've got a job with this," and when did you apply, and how are you leaving HR for petroleum, and or something else, and you're not giving yourself to understanding that this could happen. I have a friend who when I started using the word multipod on social media, he kind of came back to me and said, "Oh, so this is the term that kind of describes you," because I didn't know how to describe you. But he said in his word, he said he was always sat back and then just watching me go into this and coming out and going into this and coming out, but he didn't understand it. But he says now he does. So friends like that will give themselves to understanding your makeup, understanding your inner wiring. It's very important, because multipods really, really, really need them. And then workplace, where people are allowed to jump out of their department and have a say in other things that they also can do, is also as important. Thank you guys for listening to today's chapter 1, and I hope to see you in chapter 2. Until then, follow us on social media and keep being a multipod.